Welcome back to the All CSRA show. Now, no time to wait. Let's see that All CSRA defensive team.
Jaden McLeod, defensive lineman, Silver Bluff High School.
Jaden McLeod makes it 3 Silver Bluff Bulldogs on this year's All CSRA team.
It's a great honor to say that I came a long way from those 4 years of working hard in the weight room. It's a great feeling to be picked for all those things.
It's just really the initiative that he really took, that he wanted to be a great player, not a good player.
Named the Region Defensive Lineman of the Year, he racked up 90 tackles, 43 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and was named to the Border Bowl.
I don't know, I like the contact.
He was just a disruptor this year. He was very disruptive.
Led a defense that had 6 shutouts and held opponents to less than 8 points per game on average.
Not only was he disruptive, but he made plays.
Now, as for who won more one-on-ones between Jaden and center Corey Heath, well...
who do you think really won those battles between he and Jaden? You sure that you won?
Yeah, I won. I beat him every time.
Every time?
Yes, I'm up on the score.
Man, you crazy. You crazy.
Coach Bryant had no comment.
Ivan Arroyo, defensive lineman, Burke County High School.
Waynesboro is the bird dog capital of the world. But this town belongs to the Bears.
On Fridays, after a great win, it's a great feeling.
And the best of the Bears this season was Ivan Arroyo. 99 tackles, 10 sacks.
Earlier we almost had a safety, and this time we do. That's Arroyo.
9 forced fumbles, 15 tackles for loss. Numbers that would make his favorite player proud.
Definitely Nick Bosa.
Stafford is set. Nick Bosa gets there.
I've been watching him since I was a little kid and trying to work on his moves, his techniques, and show a little bit of that on the field is pretty great.
Those moves earned him Defensive Player of the Game honors at this year's Border Bowl with 6 tackles, 3 for loss, and 2 more sacks.
I can see him being a very successful person in whatever endeavors he chooses to do. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's what people are really going to remember.
Make my family proud because nobody has gone past, well, in sports-wise, gone past college. So hopefully I can break the ice and move forward from there.
Kendarius Green, defensive lineman, Thompson High School.
Even though he made the All CSRA team as a defensive end, if you ask Kendarius Green himself, he'd say he does it all.
How you go from DN to running back?
Because I play both. I play everything on the field. I go play safety, go play anything. I'm trying to help the team win.
And he's not wrong, as Thompson's only loss came in the 3rd round of the playoffs. Green responsible for 51 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 22 carries for 152 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like to bully folk. I like standing in that box and, like, you feel me? I like to bring all the pain.
Well, Kendarius Green is one of those kids that, you know, he literally can do it all. Like, he thinks he can kick the ball, he thinks he can catch the ball, run it, go tackle it, whatever it is you want done, he thinks he's the best at doing it.
As a 4-year starter, he left it all on the field at the Brickyard.
Suit up for the Bulldog is a blessing. Like, everybody can't be a Bulldog. Like, you know, my brother, like, I've been playing all my life with some of them boys.
Colton Smith, defensive lineman, Washington County High School.
Washington County plays at the House of Pain, and on Friday nights, Colton Smith brings the pain.
My job isn't to make plays, it's to set my linebackers up to make plays. I mean, I go in the game, I want to make plays, but that's not my main focus. It's doing what's best for the team. It's going to benefit us.
All-State and Region Defensive Player of the Year.
The scariest part about all is he's hungry. He works like he doesn't, he doesn't have the credibility that he has.
And despite teams running away from him, 62 tackles, 17 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 36 QB pressures, 3 forced fumbles. Numbers and a playing style that would make another Georgia boy proud.
Well, the player that I've always looked up to is my number, 47. David Pollock, just the intensity he brought to every game he played.
The other week we played an all-star game and a couple of guys on our team were from Perry and they were like, God, that's the first thing they did is remembered how he chased their quarterback around all that. The quarterback ran for his life the entire night. And when you have your peer recognition like that, it's one of the best types of respect you can have.
Nick Jordan, linebacker, Jefferson County High School.
It really wasn't too much, cause you feel me? You tell me go get the ball, I'm gonna go get it.
Nick Jordan led Jefferson County with 59 tackles, 32 solos, and was all-region and all-GACA his senior year.
Coach Tim McLeod gave him the nickname Quick, and I think that's, I think that suits him well. But he can be very relentless at times, and I think that's what sticks out.
It's just something soothing to him about hitting people as hard as he can.
It just calm you definitely, just hitting, taking out the anger out on somebody.
For a guy receiving D1 offers, you would assume he's all football all the time. However, that's just not the case.
That's crazy. I don't even watch football, at all.
But instead, he's watching Wizards, Wolverines, and Vampires.
Like Harry Potter, Twilight, definitely. I ain't really read all of them, but I'm started. I ain't finished the Twilight. Harry Potter on read for sure.
No, I didn't know he was a big Twilight reader. I will say this, though, it doesn't surprise me at all. It really doesn't surprise me if he didn't like any of all that stuff. Again, he's eccentric. He beats to his drum.
Clark Jackson, linebacker, Aquinas High School.
The sign on the Aquinas locker room door says, whatever it takes. That's exactly what Clark Jackson does for the Irish. How does his head coach describe him?
Freak. He's reminds me a lot of when Brendan was here. Does it all for us. Middle linebacker, kicks off, kicks extra points, punts, and then turns around and plays running back and fullback.
It was pretty good. I feel really accomplished with everything that I've done with my team, and then pushing me along to make this all happen.
Especially with him only being a sophomore and only got 2 more years, the amount of tackles he made as a sophomore were unreal.
How about 158 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 17 sacks. On offense, 62 carries for 491 yards and a touchdown.
But what people don't realize is how good he is kicking off and punting. There's got to be one of the best in the state of those as well.
You can probably guess what his favorite position is.
Definitely linebacker.
What is that?
I like to hit people, and it's just more exciting than kicking, I guess.
Quinshon Hurst, linebacker, Thompson High School.
Sometimes a change of scenery will spark a fresh start. That was definitely the case for Quinshon Hurst, who transferred to Thompson from Washington Wilkes.
Some kids sometimes need a change, and he definitely was one of those kids that needed a change. I really thank Coach Fritz on that behalf because, that gave that kid an opportunity to come and shine.
And he definitely shined bright on that Thompson defense. In his first season, he had 108 total tackles, 12 per game, 2.5 sacks, and 3 interceptions with 2 forced fumbles.
Hit or be hit. I don't think nobody don't want no smoke with me when it comes touching that field.
He's a throwback old school kid that he has the hit or be hit mentality.
And if you thought this year was special, he says just wait for next year.
So it feels good to win for the first time. I'm proud of winning next year too.
Quincy Bias, linebacker, Bamberg Earhart High School.
Quincy Bias is the definition of a ball hawk. He sees everything on the field and makes amazing plays.
I gotta do it. I gotta put the team in a position to win.
Another way to describe him is relentless.
Pushing yourself to the limits that you want to give up, but you know you can't give up because you know it's something you gotta get.
He led the Red Raiders to the 1A state championship game and a 14-1 season.
It felt good. Most people think we didn't have enough talent to reload, but we showed it once again. We always do it.
And every time we needed a big play on defense during the playoffs, it seemed like he came up with an interception. He had one in the state championship game. It's just, every time we needed a play, he was there for us.
His senior year, he totaled 114 tackles, 18 sacks, 21 for a loss, 3 interceptions, 5 caused fumbles, and 4 fumble recoveries.
I feel like I put in enough work to be where I'm at right now to achieve these accomplishments.
Kaleb Hutchinson, defensive back, Westside High School.
Kaleb Hutchinson is a Westside Patriot, but
One thing nobody knows is I'm half Canadian. I've been up there. I've been up to Quebec, quite a few times though. Probably been up there 10 times.
who is the Prime Minister of Canada?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Okay, so maybe he's not up on his Canadian politics, but he does know defense. He led his team with 55 tackles and 4 interceptions, including a pick 6 in the playoffs. The Patriots' defense allowed just 10 points per game, en route to the school's best season since 2003.
One of our leaders, our kids really rallied around him. When he made big plays, it kind of got our team sparked.
Hutchinson, oh, what a catch. What a catch by Kaleb Hutchinson.
A hard-working individual, somebody who will put the team in front of himself.
And he'll have the next 4 years to study pretty much anything he wants, having already committed to play college football on the teal turf at Coastal Carolina.
I'm excited. I'm just trying to, maintain, trying to keep up my grades, keep working, so I can get there in the summer and make an immediate impact.
A great example in the weight room, in the classroom, on the practice field. All those intangibles, he kind of checks all those boxes.
Tyler Smith, defensive all-purpose, Barnwell High School.
Tyler Smith does it all on the football field.
He is probably the only guy that really and truly never came off the field.
64 tackles at defensive back. Over on offense, 2,151 rushing yards. Second in Class 2A and 4th overall in the state. 31 touchdowns.
Mentality is, just carry the team on your back, and just get the job done. It feels good to know that I'm one of the best in the state, but there's more work to be done for next year.
He's just a playmaker. That's kind of his mentality. He's a team player. He does whatever we ask him to do. He punts for us, and when he's not punting, he long snaps.
He powered Barnwell to the 2A state semifinals, and he's coming back for unfinished business.
And for myself, it's to lead the state in rushing yards and hopefully be up there in tackles. But
what we ask out of him this year, we'll ask even more next year. But his name's gotten out there now. He's kind of a target sometimes offensively, but we'll have some other guys to go with him. But he's definitely going to be the catalyst for the team.
As a team, state championship. I know we fell short last year, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the job done this year.
Ty Adams, defensive back, Ridge Spring Monetta High School.
T.Y. had to lead the state in explosive plays this year.
There's a good reason T.Y. Adams is on our defense this year.
I like to hit people. I like making contact.
In fact, there's really only one other thing he likes to do.
I like to eat pancakes and tacos.
At the same time?
Not at the same time, but those are my 2 favorites.
Why?
I can't really decide which one's the best.
It's easy to work up a hunger working as hard as T.Y. did this season, racking up 60 tackles and 6 interceptions, leading the Trojans to the state quarterfinals.
Next year, his goal should be to be the MVP, the most valuable player in our region. I mean, it's something that can happen. It's something he can go win. We love having him in the program and lead by example. That's the best thing I can say about a player.
Dalen Cobb, athlete, Washington Wilkes High School.
There was not a more dangerous player in the backfield than Dalen Cobb, making it look easy when frustrating defenses on the ground and through the air.
I think I'm just faster.
Throws the ball as good as anybody that you want to put back there as a quarterback. But then when you put in his ability to make plays with his legs, his leadership qualities, his toughness, he was as good as they come.
In his second season at the helm of the offense, he saw the end zone 48 times with more than 3,000 all-purpose yards, almost 1,000 yards more than his junior season, and not to mention leading the Tigers to a 9-3 season and a second-round playoff appearance.
Feel good.
feel different though, cause like most people can't do it.
For a guy that can make all of the plays, he doesn't want any of the praise.
I don't like people who talk too much. Like, I just rather play somebody who made plays and just shut up, act like they did it before.
Dalen is as low-key a guy as I've ever coached to have as much talent as he has.
And his journey is just beginning. Because next year, he'll be suiting up for the Georgia Southern Eagles.
I'm real excited because, like, I know if I go down there and put in work, I have a chance to get on the field early and get the ball.
All right, let's have a big round of applause. The WJBF Sports Augusta Sports Council All CSRA defensive team. Don't worry, we did not forget about the punter. When we come back, we'll present the All CSRA Ray Guy Award, Punter of the Year, overall awards, and hand out some scholarships. We'll be right back.